Hello everyone, this is Rakesh Kushwaha from Mumbai. One cannot survive in teaching without discipline. If you start compromising with indiscipline, it will destroy your career growth. So today's topic is discipline. An important tip in teaching. It is the key to effective learning. Discipline is a heart of any institute, any educational setting. It plays a crucial role in shaping students' behavior, attitude, and academic performance. For an effective teaching, a teacher must establish and maintain a disciplined learning environment. He or she must ensure that the learners stay focused, motivated, and respectful. Discipline is often misunderstood. People think that it is punishment or it is restriction. So it is always misunderstood. However, in the context of teaching, discipline refers to creating an environment conducive to learning, where students feel safe, supported, and engaged to grow. A disciplined classroom fosters respect, responsibility, and self-control. It allows students to develop essential life skills. Discipline is essential, everyone knows, but it is essential for effective teaching. Many teachers, they compromise. As I mentioned, if they compromise, they play with their career growth. I call it heart because it supplies various values to the teaching and learning system. It promotes academic achievements. Believe me, whoever are toppers, you may find some of them mischievous, but they are disciplined. I always define good children, good learners, good student. Teachers like them. Parents like them. And the very important thing is they like themselves. Self-respect is very, very important. It encourages respect. If you are disciplined, you have a lot self-respect. It teaches students to respect teachers, their classmates. And very important thing is school property. If you are disciplined, you will not spoil desk. You might have observed many of them, they write on their desk. So I always say the people who have habit of writing and talking, you may use paper. So if you people make circle on the page, means you are confused. If you are making a line, means you are giving signal, you can go ahead. If you are putting a dot, means you are asking someone to wait. Anyways, I am not teaching you those signals how the students talk. But scribbling, spoiling furniture, spoiling anything, any school property is indiscipline. So it develops self-regulation. I suggest the students, learners to have self-discipline. You don't need anyone to mind if you mind yourself. Students also learn self-control, self-motivation. Where the self comes, self-confidence, you can only develop in yourself. If someone says, I'll develop self-confidence in you, I have said in my emotional management videos, he or she is a big liar if someone says, I can develop self-confidence in you. Because self-confidence can be developed by yourself. No one else can do that. Discipline also develops time management skills. You will be punctual. You will follow the deadlines. It enhances Safety. A disciplined classroom minimizes disruptions, bullying, or conflicts. You won't find any fights or noise. The noise is expected in a class. You cannot expect from them 40 years or 50 years attitude, but it fosters positive attitudes. It helps students develop a growth mindset, resilience, enthusiasm for learning. They become keen to learn. If your classroom is an engaging one, in previous video I mentioned you have to create a bridge between existing knowledge and new knowledge. So link a knowledge which is based on their existing knowledge. You can check their previous knowledge and you can build a bridge. Effective teachers. Now we'll discuss about strategies. Very important is people will say, sir, tell us some strategies, what we can do for it, what we can implement, what can be implemented for that. So there are various strategies, you can implement them. Effective teachers, they employ various strategies to establish and maintain discipline. You have to make their habit. If you don't stop them, they say the things in their mind and then it becomes verbal in words, and from words it comes in their dialogues, and from their dialogues it reflects in their behavior, and gradually it becomes their habit. That is the way bad habits are developed. So consistency is required. Consistently you have to enforce rules and consequences. You have to tell them these are the rules and what are the consequences you have to face. Positive reinforcement also works. You can reward them for their good behavior. Like you can praise them. Stickers will not work for higher standard. For primary and all, stickers also work if you make star. Good remarks will work for these higher grade students. You can write good remark in their calendar or diary. You can have active listening. If you are a good listener, teacher has to be a good listener. So you can engage the students understanding their concerns and addressing misbehavior. You can have good classroom management. For that you can organize physical space, minimizing distractions and encouraging active participation. You can have group activity which will develop team habit, leadership quality. Restorative practices are also important. It will foster empathy. You can keep yourself at their places. It will foster apologies and reconciliation. In reconciliation, they come with the suggestions, they compromise. Potential involvement you can have, collaborating with parents to reduce discipline and values. Many parents, they are not aware about their facts and they don't believe, they don't trust at times. It is first time. So many crime happens first time. Once I found a child and he was having chewing gum in his mouth. And I caught him. I said, open your mouth. A smart boy hid it somewhere. And mother was blaming me, sir, no, nothing is there. You might have seen something. Show your mouth. Open your mouth. He opened. And so this is the dishonesty. So here we fail. So parents, I request the parent to support the teacher to make your child happy. Don't create bad habits. So parental involvement is very, very essential. Now we'll talk about the challenges. Every teacher must be having a list of challenges. If you wait for some more time, your most frequently asked questions, I call them FAQs, will be covered. So we'll talk about challenges and their solutions So there are many challenges with teachers. Teacher life is only full of challenges. We play many roles. So the common challenge is to implementing discipline. They are student resistance. They refuse to accept. Here your role is also important. You have to teach them values and honesty. Once I entered in a class and I found from outside I saw they were fighting. When I entered in the class, I asked, why were you fighting? And the teacher said, no, they were not fighting. And they took advantage of that. I came out. I didn't say anything. I called the teacher separately and I told in front of the class I didn't say anything. But I saw them. Nowadays we have CCTV, we can have recording and we can show them. So they are caught easily. Earlier the things were happening. They used to go in denial mode. So here you can address through building relationships and empathy. If they are resistance. And you can explain the rational, means the set of reasons behind the rules. Why these rules are there. Truthfulness is very, very important. Diverse need. One big challenge is diverse needs. Some say, I know this. Then what will you do? You have to engage that student, that learner also. So, accommodating diverse learning styles, abilities, and the cultural background. You have to see the cultural background also. If you are talking about one religion, others may mind. So, you have to have a common talk. Teachers burn out. Here you may agree with me. So, if you have anger habit, please watch my video on anger management. I made a big video on that. So teachers burn out because they cannot manage. So at times, so you have to manage through self-care. You can take your colleague support, administrative assistant. You can meet you have to follow the protocol. You have to talk to the homeroom teacher first, the class teacher. If the class teacher doesn't listen to you or it doesn't go in the ear, then you can go to coordinator, then principal. You can write directly email to principal if no one is listening to you. Now we'll discuss about the practices. What are the best practices here? It may match with you or some may not agree with me. So for effective discipline requires fairness. You have to be fair in your approach. If you are fair, then only you can teach the values. So consistently applying rules and consequences. It's not like one day you were strict and other day you excused. So you have to be fair. Fairness should be seen in your approach, in your behavior, in your style. Empathy. You have to keep yourself at their places. How would you feel if the same thing happens with you? So empathy is very important. Understanding students' perspective and emotions. Flexibility is also important here. Adapting discipline and strategy to suit individuals' needs. You have to make the strategy according to their needs. Communication is very important. Don't stop communicating to them. Don't avoid them. If you avoid them, don't feel you are avoiding them. They are avoiding you more. Teenagers, they tell openly that they are not very keen to talk. These old age people. Okay, they like to talk to their teenagers only. So here, I may just revise the things again with you. Discipline is vital component of teaching. Effective teaching, I say. Anyone can do teaching. Now the people have started coming from different professions to teaching profession. Though not trained. Like doctor cannot become without MBBS. Advocate cannot become without LLB. You may find many teachers without B.Ed. They start teaching and then they do B.Ed. I am not criticizing. Please excuse me if you are not a trained teacher. So I am talking to trained teachers, experienced teacher, new teachers, whoever is watching my video. Okay, I'm sorry if you mind my language. So you have to create conducive learning environment by establishing clear expectations. What are your expectations? But with expectation, you have to give support, consistency, and positive reinforcement. Teachers can foster respect, responsibility, self control. These things we have already discussed. You can develop so many things in student. Implementing discipline strategy requires empathy, flexibility, and communication. You cannot implement directly. You need to work. Discipline is a positive force. Educators can empower students to achieve student success, develop essential life skills, and become responsible, respectful citizens. Believe me, students remember those teachers only who are disciplined and who are strict. They may forget the teachers who were very mild or they were sweet to them. They were nice to them. But they remember the people who changed their lives. Thank you very much. If you like the video, please share with your contacts. May God bless you. Thank you.